If you're thinking about buying the Miyabi Kaizen II 8-inch chef's knife because everyone says it's the holy grail of kitchen knives, hold on a second. This knife promises razor-sharp precision, unbeatable sharpness with its FC61 steel core, and a stunning 48-layer Damascus blade. But here's what surprised me. It's not all perfect. In fact, I found some issues that might just make you rethink your purchase. What if the blade, despite being insanely hard and hand-honed, isn't as durable as you expect for everyday kitchen tasks? Or if the elegant D-shaped packwood handle, while beautiful, could feel uncomfortable after long use? Today, I'm going deep on the Miyabi Kaizen II 8-inch chef's knife and revealing everything, the good and the problematic, so you can make the best choice for your kitchen. Now, if you're a home cook who wants a knife that slices like a dream and lasts for years, or a professional chef craving that perfect blend of Japanese craftsmanship and modern tech, this review is made for you. But stick around because I'm not just praising a $155 knife. I'm exposing where it falls short. By the end, you'll know exactly if this beauty is worth the price or just another flashy kitchen gadget. Did I mention it's hand-honed with the historic Han-Bazooka method to razor sharpness between 9.5 and 12 degrees? But is that enough? Let's find out. First, let's talk about what makes this knife a standout on paper. The core is made from FC61 super steel, which doesn't just sound futuristic. It's engineered for extreme hardness, rated at 61 on the Rockwell scale. That's a big deal because the harder the steel, the longer your edge keeps its sharpness without constant sharpening. And Miyabi doesn't stop there. They wrap this core in 48 layers of damask steel, which not only enhances the durability, but gives the blade that captivating dark flower pattern. It's like art and utility combined. And if you're wondering about corrosion, the double ice-hardened FRIODUR blade treatment makes it resistant enough to handle acidic foods without rusting or pitting easily. But here's where honesty steps in. All that hardness and layering, while great for edge retention, means the blade can be brittle if mishandled. A kitchen knife needs to be flexible enough to handle twisting and general wear without chipping. Some users report that dropping this knife or using it to cut through bone or frozen food risks chipping the edge. So while it's razor sharp and stays sharp, it's not your go-to for everything. It's more of an artist's tool than a hammer in your toolbox. Now, that's a nuance most reviews gloss over, but it makes a huge difference in your day-to-day cooking. Switching gears, the handle is where Miyabi shines in aesthetics. Made from black packwood, a stabilized wood known for resisting moisture, it sports the classic Japanese D-shape, designed to fit comfortably in your hand. This means you theoretically get a perfect grip with minimum strain during fine chopping or slicing. That said, there's a caveat. Packwood, despite being durable, can feel slippery if your hands are wet or oily. For a chef who sweats during a marathon cooking session, or even a home cook chopping up vegetables after handling raw meat, this might affect control. Plus, the handle is quite substantial, which some users with smaller hands found bulky and less maneuverable. So, the comfort promised depends on your hand size and cutting style, which isn't always obvious until you hold it. Now, about that legendary Han-Bazooka sharpening. This four-step hand-honing process, granted to the Miyabi Kaizen II, should theoretically give you a blade sharper than samurai swords in old times. It slices through tomatoes like warm butter and julienne's vegetables with surgical precision. However, because it's sharpened to such an acute angle, it demands special care. You can't just toss it in the dishwasher or hack through dense, tough food without risking damage. It begs the question, how much maintenance are you willing to commit to? Is this knife for the casual user or the culinary artist ready to baby their blade? Stick with me because this is where things get a bit tricky. Another interesting fact is that the knife is handcrafted in Seki, Japan, a city renowned for producing the finest cutlery in the world. This heritage adds an authentic layer of quality and craftsmanship, but also inflates the price. At $155, it's a premium purchase. You feel like you're holding tradition in your hands until the price tag bites and you remember you need to keep it flawless. This is not a cheap investment, so your expectations need to align with that high entry cost. By now, you might be thinking, this sounds like a dream knife with a few minor flaws. But here's the twist. Despite its luxury branding and gorgeous damask steel, the Miyabi Kaizen II is not for everyone. It's not your go-to all-purpose kitchen knife that you can bash around. It demands respect, careful use, and maintenance, or its impressive edge dulls or chips fast. This makes it ideal for detailed prep work, slicing raw fish or veggies, but less than perfect for heavy-duty chopping of bones or frozen meats. Let me throw a quick joke in here. Why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the Miyabi Kaizen II coming at it. Sharp, precise, and maybe a little intimidating. But seriously, the sharpness means you cut cleanly, reducing damage to food cells. This results in better flavor and fresher cuts, so for the culinary purists, that's a huge win. Okay, what about durability versus maintenance? Here's another mini twist. The double ice-hardened FRIODUR blade is supposed to maintain corrosion resistance, but Packwood handles and layered damask patterns require immediate drying after wash and careful storage to prevent rust or wood damage. If you're lazy about drying or don't use a knife guard, this beauty can start showing wear prematurely. So if you want flashy kitchen art, great, but for practical daily use, you'll need some discipline. Let's cover weight and balance, an important but often overlooked factor. The Miyabi Kaizen II feels substantial and well-balanced because of its hefty Packwood handle paired with that layered steel blade. The balance gives you an easy, stress-free cutting experience once you get used to it. But if you prefer lightweight knives or have smaller hands, you might find it slightly unwieldy at first. It's a bit like wearing high heels for the first time. They look amazing, but you need to practice walking. So don't buy it if you want a light, nimble slicer. It's more about precision and control than speed. Now a cooking tip straight from users with this knife. Because of the aggressively sharp edge, Miyabi Kaizen II excels at thin slicing. Think carpaccio, sashimi, or finely julienne vegetables, which makes it a favorite among sushi chefs and health-conscious home cooks. It's almost like having a scalpel for your food prep. But to maintain that edge, you'll need a proper sharpening stone, ideally a whetstone and not a typical pull-through sharpener. Yes, maintenance again, but that's part of the premium knife ownership experience. Another joke break. Why don't chefs like sharing knives with secrets? Because Miyabi Kaizen II keeps everything under wraps, especially your fingers if you're not careful. That's a little kitchen humor, but truly, use caution because the blade's thin profile demands respect. All right, it's time for the final act. Should you buy the Miyabi Kaizen II 8-inch chef's knife or walk away? If you're a serious cook or chef looking for a beautifully crafted Japanese knife with exceptional edge retention and razor-sharp precision on lightly demanding tasks, then this knife will be a game changer. It offers traditional artistry, superb materials, and a level of sharpness that outshines many knives at this price point. The floral Damascus pattern alone is a collector's dream. But, and this is crucial, if you want an all-rounder knife for brute kitchen work, or if you want low-maintenance gear, this may not be your best bet. It requires a delicate hand and regular care to keep it in perfect shape. On the positive side, once you understand its strengths and limitations, you get a tool that elevates your cooking, makes food prep almost effortless, and feels like an extension of your hand. It embodies Kaizen perfectly, improvement, in the way you approach slicing and dicing. And hey, if you ever want to impress guests with a conversation starter, just show them the beautiful handcrafted blade and mention it's made in Seki, Japan. That alone adds culinary street cred. So, if you've stuck with me this far, you're someone who appreciates the craft behind kitchen tools. And while I've highlighted the potential pitfalls, remember that no knife is perfect. The Miyabi Kaizen II strikes a rare balance between artistry, tradition, and performance. For $155, it's an investment in quality that can last decades with the right care. Before you make a final call, here's my mini challenge for you. Think about how often you cook and what you want out of your knives. If you want a high-end Japanese knife that delivers surgical precision and beautiful aesthetics but demands your attention and maintenance, this could be your forever knife. However, if you just want a grab-and-go, all-purpose blade, you might want to explore other options. And last but not least, if you want the best deal on this Miyabi Kaizen II 8-inch chef's knife, check the link in the description below for the latest prices and special offers on Amazon. Don't miss out on the chance to own a piece of Japanese cutlery art that truly stands out. Thank you for watching, and remember, the right knife doesn't just cut food, it transforms your cooking experience. Happy slicing!